maps are another way you can modify lists in JavaScript. So for example, let's look at this list right here, array, and let's change it to fruit. Okay, so fruit dot. Well, let's start first with how we would normally modify this list. Right? We'd use a for loop. So for let I is less than 0, I is less than length, I plus plus, and we could do fruit I, and then plus is yummy. And then let's have a new list. Fruits one equals here. Push. Let's copy fruit clone. So as expected, it adds is yummy to every item in the list. But there's an easier way to do this. We can use maps. So let's set this right here. So we can do fruit.map. And what that does essentially is the same thing as a for loop, but it just looks a lot nicer. Fruit.map. And then as a parameter, it requires a function. This function is basically how each item in the list is modified. So let's do elements, and then for the modification, let's do element plus is yum, and then console.log. So perfect. Same result. So, also, here's a little trick. If you wanted to span out the function over multiple lines, so like this, you would have to use these curly braces, I guess. Then you'd have to return them, or else it's just not going to work. If you don't return the element, this is just going to return undefined. They have to return if we're going to use these curly braces. Anyways, okay. Let's get a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's do consts modified list equals list of numbers dot map elements. I'll keep it simple. Then let's say each number is multiplied by 2. Why not? Element times 2. Modified list. So, boom. As expected, it returns each number multiplied by 2. We can even do squared. Hold on. I'll do it like this. I don't know why it's doing that. I think it's doing some bit shift stuff. I don't know. Like that. Huh. Yeah, I think it's doing some binary stuff. I don't know. We could just use the math.power library. So yeah, we can square numbers, multiply them, do whatever. The drawback to this is it's not as quick as a traditional for loop, but I mean, It's a lot nicer to write. Yeah, you can do a lot of cool stuff with this. Let's go back to the fruit example. So I'll leave it like this. We can to uppercase. We can make every element uppercase. Root clone is not defined. To lowercase, same thing. Yeah, I mean, Array.Map is just much cleaner way to write for loops. It is technically slower if you benchmark it, but I mean, you know, that probably shouldn't be a problem. That's something you should weigh up on your own to decide, okay, is the speed in writing this worth the slowness in actually running it? So yeah, sub if you want, like if you want.